What is up, everybody? It's Cobes here, and today I'm back with another Fortnite video. In today's Fortnite video, we're going to be talking about Blitz and why it's not only better than squads, solo, and duos, but why I think it should be a permanent game mode, or at the very least, well, let's get into that next point later on in this video. So for our number one reason why I think Blitz is better than solo, squad, or duo, even though there's no duo Blitz mode, but still, you guys understand my point. If it wasn't duos, I think it would be better as Blitz than it is originally in Fortnite. So our number one point, the resources are easy to come by, and this makes it so the best builders, the best all-around players are going to be winning more gun battles because they're not really going to have to worry about resources. And I feel like this is something that needs to be implemented a little bit in Fortnite, because at this point, I don't want to sit there and grind out a bunch of wood. In Blitz, I can just go around, open up some chests, and I'll be at like 600 wood in no time. I can just mine some trees, get more wood. So let's say they don't add Blitz permanently. I feel like they can take away from Blitz at least a little bit and make it a little easier. Just a little bit more resources when you mine a tree, when you mine some bricks, when you mine metal of any sort. I feel like you should be getting more resources than you were previously. That makes the game so much more fast-paced, and I feel like the more materials you have, the faster pace you're going to play. I know I am. If I'm at like 900 wood, I know I can rush anyone, and I'll be good for a huge-ass build and gun battle, which I absolutely love. Don't you love getting in those huge battle fights where you're trying to get higher on the guy and then he tries to get higher on you, then you're trapped, then you gotta build yourself out and try to get higher than him, trying to get that height advantage to kill him? I absolutely love that about Fortnite, and that's why Blitz is such a fun game mode. It's non-stop building. I will say one problem with this: the storm is moving in so fast that people sometimes trap themselves in, and you gotta try to spray down their walls and get inside and kill them before, you know, they just inevitably trap themselves in for hours and hours, or build out for maybe a couple minutes later. But except for that one small point about why I think the building can be a little bit annoying, I still think that having more resources in this game really wouldn't be a bad thing. So I think another point that needs to be brought up in any sort of these lists, especially considering Blitz, the last circle closes and it doesn't stop. I think that makes this game so intense. I know that there was like 7 or 8 people in multiple games I've played in Blitz so far, and it was in the last circle. So the circle starts to close and it doesn't stop. I don't know exactly how big the circle is, but if you played this mode and got pretty far into it, you'd probably know what I'm talking about. So basically the circle closes and there's like 7 or 8 people left, and you gotta kill them or get to the center and build. You have to get into the center and build because you want to be the last one taking damage from the storm, and then you have position on every other person. But getting to that center spot can be super difficult because you're going to be getting sprayed from maybe 5 or 6 different directions. Number 3, the fast-paced makes everyone a better player. I really feel like the best players are the ones who play super fast-paced. They can get into any gun battle and they're not afraid to, and I feel like this is making everyone in Fortnite a better player. Maybe some people out there aren't the most fast-paced players, but I feel like everyone is enjoying this game mode. Even if you're not a super fast-paced player, you're going to be forced into this environment where you have to. If you're not playing fast-paced, you're going to build a base, and within a minute or two, you're going to have to leave that base and go build another one. And you know, resources are good. You can get a shitload of resources, but inevitably, eventually, you'll be out of resources if you keep building bases over and over again. Because, you know, if you're not getting kills and you're just building bases that you have to leave, you're going to run out of materials, and then you're not going to be prepared for those gun battles. So I would say the best way to play this is by rushing. Play with the game style. Play like everyone else. For our number 4 reason, I've always loved this, and I love the gold mode for this reason. I think the loot and getting good loot in a game without really having to try is a good thing. I feel like getting into gun battles when you have like the same type of guns, let's say you both have scars, the better person is going to win that gun battle most of the time. Just like if someone had an AR or if someone had a SCAR, let's say AR versus SCAR, who's going to win most of the time. Even if you're a little bit of a newbier player and you got a scar, luckily, you're probably going to have a better chance at winning that gun battle. Maybe you might not win, but you'll have a better chance. You might do some more damage, but if you both have scars, I feel like it evens out the playing field, and the more skilled and the better player is going to win that gun battle most of the time. For our number 5 point, I think this event ending is actually a good thing. This event needs to end. It's just an event. I don't think it will ever be permanent, and I think that could be a good thing. We realize that, hey, this is a good event, and maybe they can bring it back eventually. And just like all those fast food places you go to, sometimes they take away your favorite food. But then, you know, you end up appreciating it a little bit more, and you want it to come back. And when it does come back, maybe it'll only come back for a month or two, maybe a couple weeks. But during those couple weeks, you're going to savor it, you're going to enjoy it, just because you know that any second it could be taken away. So I feel like this event ending can be a good thing, but also I feel like I think Fortnite needs to take away from Blitz and how successful it has been. So I've heard some other video creators make this point. Do you guys think that they could take some different aspects of Blitz and add it into the original Fortnite game mode? I feel like that could be a great thing for this game. They could make it so you get better resources, maybe give some better loot instead of these crappy hunting rifles, crossbows, scoped ARs all the time. Give us some better loot, more materials, make the game a little bit faster paced. So let's say you have to wait 3 minutes until the storm starts closing in. Maybe they can make that 2.5 or 2. Because another point that I didn't think was really big enough to put inside this video, but I'll mention it now. I think having like those couple minutes every circle where you have to just run around and try to find someone, or maybe you just build a base instead because you really don't know what to do. I feel like those minutes are just wasted minutes that are boring, and I would rather just be getting into gun battles, which is perfect for Blitz, because Blitz you're constantly worrying, you have anxiety throughout the whole match, but it's such a nice anxiety. But I feel like in Fortnite, if they made the storms close in a bit sooner, maybe 30 seconds to a minute sooner for each circle, that can make it so you're not sitting there waiting so long to get into gun battles, and the game's kind of forcing you into gun battles. That means the best players who get the most kills are most likely going to win these gun battles, because you're not going to be able to just sit in a bush the whole game or for like 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to have to go out there and rush and get your kills to end the game. I'm very interested to hear everyone's point on this, but there are some bad aspects to Blitz, and I'll get into those in a second. But everyone leave your comments telling me what you thought about this game mode. Do you think they should keep it forever? Do you think they should bring it back eventually? Because I feel like if they don't keep it, they're definitely going to bring it back one of these days, and I'm definitely excited to see that. So hopefully one of these days they'll bring it back, but we'll have to wait and see. So Fortnite is all about fun, or at least for most people it's all about fun. Maybe some people out there just like to get those wins, get those stats up, and take it a little bit more seriously than the average player. But I would say for the average player, they just like to have fun. And I can't really argue that this isn't the funnest game mode out there. I feel like this was easily the best and most fun I've had in Fortnite ever. I can't really compare it to anything. I go out there and I know how intense it's going to be right at the start. It makes me think a little bit more strategically, because I know if I'm dropping, let's say, in Pleasant Park and the storm is right there, so I'm gonna have to move like maybe a minute or two into the game. That means I'm gonna have to think strategically. I can get into 1 or 2 gun battles, but then after that I have to get the fuck out of there. Before, you can just kind of sit around getting as many gun battles as you want and then eventually leave after maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But now it's like 1 to 2 minutes and you gotta get the fuck out of there. I love that aspect to this, and I feel like it makes me think a little bit more strategically. It makes me focus more. I get completely enwrapped in the game I'm playing. It sounds crazy, but I love that. I love just not even knowing exactly where I am, actually thinking I'm inside of Fortnite, taking it that seriously. I love that. about any sort of video game. So I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you have any sort of comments you want to leave telling me your opinions, I would definitely appreciate it. Maybe some of you out there hated this game mode, and I can completely understand that. But if you guys love this game mode, tell me if you want to keep it or if you think it's good that it ends. For me personally, I think it's good that it ends. I love the loot. I think the fast-paced gameplay is so amazing. The circle that closes at the end is so intense. That's the most intense game. Most intense sort of gameplay I've ever played in. And then the resources are easy to come by, which makes the best players the best players. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.